Hey guys, this is Elias with Softfly, and in this video I'm going to show you how to import property listings using the WP Rentals theme. Now to do this, we're going to use WP import and a CSV file which I have right here. Now let's get this file imported by clicking here on the upload a file button. Alright, you can also download that file via URL, FTP, or use an existing file. But for this example, I'm going to choose to upload this directly from my computer. Now, once the file is uploaded, I'm going to choose listings here from this dropdown and continue to step 2. Now here in step 2, we just need to double check that WP import is detecting all of the rows and all of the columns in our import file. Now, this is the case. So we have here all of the rows we're going to use, which are quite a bunch. And we have 104 property listings. You can see that here. Right, so let's just continue to step 3. And here on step 3, it's very straightforward, guys. We just need to see this right column and locate the elements we want to import and drag and drop them into whatever fields we want them to go. Now, this is the title, so I'm just gonna drag and drop the title here, but you can just drag and drop multiple elements if you want to. Now I'm gonna drag and drop the content, which is gonna be our property description, and scroll down to the WP Rentals add-on. Now this add-on, you will find it here in the plugin section. Just search for it and you will find it. Now we have here a bunch of data which we need to import to make these properties actually show up here in the front end with all of the data. You can see here we don't have any properties, so let's get those imported by dragging and dropping the elements like we did before with the title and the description. All right, so we have the guest number. I have this element right here. All right, then we have the property address, and for the property address we actually need to use several elements because this is the way this file is structured. So I'm gonna say drag and drop this, then comma, then the county, comma again, state, zip code, all right, and lastly the country. All right, so with this we will have our property address, which we're gonna use in the map settings field later on. All right, so let's continue dragging and dropping our elements, and we have here the property county, which is right here. We already used it here. Now we have the property state, property zip, and country again. Awesome. So guys, here we have whether the property is featured or not, and you can actually choose that from here in the UI. But the issue with this will be that all of the properties, all of these 104 properties will be not featured or featured if I select that from here. Now, if you want to actually import this dynamically, you need to set this with XPath. Now, if you hover on this question mark next to the label, you will see the accepted values for XPath and what do they mean. Now, for this featured field, we have the value 1, which is featured, or the value 0, which is not featured. Now you need to go here to your import file and see what the value is here. Now in this example, I have here this property featured element, and as you can see, this one has the 0, and some of them here have a 1, so this is good. You have this one is actually featured, so that's cool. Let's just drag and drop this like so, and WP import will import this dynamically. Now guys, there may be cases where you don't have the data exactly how you need it in your import file. Maybe this here is a yes and the zeros are actually no's. Here it is. So how do you import this? Well, WP import has a functionality called mapping. So to access it, you need to click here on the field options and then click here on mapping. Now, by default, WP import will show you the accepted values for XPath, and you just need to type in here the values you have in your file, so WP import can translate them to the accepted values. So if your file structure has a yes and no, well, you just place here no, because remember the 0 means not featured, and yes here. So when WPL import is importing this and finds here in the featured element the word no, WPL import will transform that or map it to 0, yes to 1. Just save the rule and WPL import will take care of that for you. You can actually add as many rules as you want. So there you have it. Now, as I said before, I'm not going to use this because I actually have the right format here. So I'm going to click here on dismiss and close this. All right. Now let's continue dragging and dropping our elements. We have here our affiliate link, which is right here. Cool. We don't have any property nodes. And here we have a bunch of other settings, which we can choose with the UI. But I actually have all of this data here on the import file. So let's just choose sect with expat. And again, always a good idea, guys, to just hover on this question mark and see what the accepted values actually are. Now, for this instant booking, I have here the element. I'm gonna drag and drop that. Now for the booking type, I'm gonna do the same and drag and drop the expat values. Cool. We have here the property price. Drag and drop that. We don't have any before or after labels, so I'm gonna just leave this blank. Now I don't have any property taxes either, so again, I'm just gonna skip it. Now we have here the price per week. We have that actually here. All right, and now per month and per weekend. Cool. Now the cleaning fee is from here. This cleaning fee, we can actually set this with expat too. So let's hover on the question mark, and as you can see, we have numeric values here too. That same structure here on our import file. So let's use that. I'm gonna select set with expat and drag and drop the value. The city fee, it's right here. City fee calculation, it's right here. So let's drag and drop that. Cool. Now the minimum days for booking, I actually have this right here, and I know for a fact that all of the min days for booking in all of the file are 7. So I'm gonna just type in here 7, just to show you guys that we can use static data here on the import fields. Now, if your file structure doesn't actually have the same value, or if you want to use the actual expat value here, well, you can do that too. I'm just doing this as an example. Now, here the security deposit, it's right here. Cool. The early bird discount, it's 20% for this property, so drag and drop that. Now here for the early days before, let's place here 20, all right? And this is gonna be the minimum days you need to book this property in advance to be eligible for the early bird discount. So yeah, extra price per guest. This one is right here. All right, cool. Now here for the allow guest about capacity, I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna set this with no for all of the properties. I actually have this value here, but I'm gonna use the UI in this case. All right. Now here for the maximum extra guests, we have that here. Cool. All right. This value, I'm gonna drag and drop that from the import file, like so. All right. So these values, I actually don't have them in the import file, but we can choose them from here because I do want the properties to be bookable in every single day. So I'm just gonna choose all. Now, same with the settings. I'm gonna leave it as it is. Now here for the property media, I'm gonna set this with expat and drag and drop the value here. Then the embed video ID, it's right here. I don't have any virtual tour, so I'm gonna skip that. Property size, rooms, bedrooms, bathrooms, cancellation policy, other rules, all right? Now, here for smoking allowed, I'm gonna set this with expat. All right, parties, expat 2, All right. Pets, same thing. And children, also expat. All right. Now here we have some text fields. I'm gonna drag and drop those two. And guys, these are a lot of fields, but we're almost done with the import. So let's just continue dragging and dropping this until we'll finish. All right, extra people and cancellation. Cool. Now we have here our map settings. So I'm just gonna drag and drop the property latitude here and the longitude. Cool. Then the zoom level, I'm gonna set it to 15. It's cool. Now here for the geocoding options, we can actually leave this as it is because I want to search the address via the general details section, which is the value we set up here in the property address, right? Now for this to work, I actually need to use a Google Geocode API. So if you don't have one, just click here and open this in another tab, and you will be taken to the Google documentation. You can follow this and you will get your Geocode API. Now, I have one right here, so I'm just gonna paste it in and continue with our import. Now, for the owner, I actually need to use the username, ID, or email of a user that's already registered in the site. So I'm just gonna place here my email, right? Yes, at soulfly.com. Right? And since I have this email already registered here, it's gonna take my user and assign this user as the owner for all of these properties. All right? We have here some advanced options, but we can leave this as it is for the most cases. But if you have this data, you can actually use this on your import. All right? Now we have here the property images. And guys, this is pretty much the same as if we were importing normal images. We just need to find our images element. We have that right here. This is the featured image. I'm gonna say comma and drag and drop the gallery. Now this gallery, guys, I'm gonna show you here on the import file. This gallery is actually separated with commas. So we can set that as a delimiter here. That's good. Now, just to be sure, let's click on the preview and test button. And as you can see, WPL import is detecting all of the URLs and all of the images seem to be here. But just to double check, let's click on the run test button and let WPL import run a test download on these images. And as you can see, they were downloaded successfully. So let's just continue. Let's dismiss this. And I'm gonna choose this option right here that says set the first image to be the featured image. All right, then these settings, I'm gonna leave them as they are, but you can hover on this question mark and it will show you a brief description of what this option does. But what this does is basically prevent WPL import from downloading a bunch of duplicate images, because if this option is enabled, well, WPL import will compare the image that's being downloaded with the images in your media library. Now, if you have the same image in your media library, well, WPL import won't download that image, but will use the one you have on your media library instead. Now you have two options here. You can match that by URL or by file name. So I'm just gonna leave it as it is. It's cool. Here we have the ability to keep the images in the media library. So this is very cool because for the most cases, you want to keep this enabled. But let's say that your provider has just maybe updated all of the images in the in your import field or whatever. So you can just disable this, and WPL import will delete all of the images before importing them to your records and attach the new ones. All right. So again, for the most cases, you can just leave this enabled and you should be good. Now, let's just continue with our import. We have here some custom fields, but in this example, we don't actually need those. Let's jump straight into the taxonomies tab. Now here we have a lot of taxonomies, so let's just enable one by one and drag and drop the values. First, we have the categories, and I have that right here. We only have one category per property, so I'm just gonna drag and drop that in the first option. Now this is done. Let's continue with the what do you rent taxonomy. and I have that right here. And as I said before, guys, this is just one element per property. So I'm gonna select this option and drag and drop that value here. Cool. Now, same with city, same with neighborhood. All right. And for the features and amenities, I actually have a more complex structure here. Now this has a hierarchical structure. You can see that here with the greater than symbols. So this is an amenity, and the air conditioner is the amenity. Now the facilities, it's breakfast, the dishwasher, and the building, the bed, and the bath, and whatnot. So again, guys, this is a very complex hierarchical structure. So we need to use this third option that says listings have a hierarchical parent-child relationship. I'm gonna choose this and enable the option that says an element in my file contains the entire hierarchy. Now, as I showed you before, we have two different kinds of elements here. We have the greater than symbol, which indicates that there is a parent-child relationship, and we have the pipe symbols, which separates each hierarchy group. So we need to enable this option right here that says separate hierarchy groups via symbol. And by default, WPL import chooses the greater than symbol for the hierarchy and the pipe for the different hierarchy groups. So let's drag and drop that. All right, and hit preview. And as you can see, WPL import is actually detecting our hierarchy tree correctly. So let's just dismiss this. Let's enable this property status and drag and drop that right here. Awesome. So it seems like we're ready here, guys. We have our title, our description, all of the property data, which is a lot. And you will see that all of this, it's going to be imported to the WP Rentals team, and you will get your properties set up correctly. All right, so let's just continue with our import. We can actually leave the other listing options as they are, but you can just hover on the question mark and you will be explained what this option does. But just so you know, guys, these are just basic WordPress stuff with, for example, the post status, post dates, comments, slugs, author. Just as I said before, just take a look here and you will know what this option does. Now, finally, we have here the function editor. And guys, as I said before, there are cases where you need to maybe map some values or whatever. And there are actually other cases where you need to run more complex functionalities here on your import file. Now, for those cases, if you know PHP, you can write your own functions here and manipulate your data however you see fit. We have tons of videos on the function editor and in other really cool stuff like taxonomies, images, and whatnot in our website at wplimport.com. Just go there, click on the docs menu, and go nuts there. Now, let's just continue with the import because we have everything we need here. All right. And here on step 4, we just need to fill out this real quick. And you can actually drag and drop the ID because what you want with this unique identifier is a value that's truly unique across the whole file. Now, the reason why this is important is because WPL import will need to know that each one of these properties is unique. So we need a unique value, so WPL import won't update them instead of creating a new one. All right, so again, you can use the ID more easily. You can just click on the auto detect button and WPL import will choose the right one for you. All right. So again, guys, we have more info on this in our website at wplimport.com. So if you want to learn more, go there. And if even after that you still need some help or you're maybe not getting this to work or whatever, just contact our support team and we'll be more than happy to help you out. All right. Now let's continue with our import. We have here some options, and this is where you want to create new listings from these records. You can choose to disable this or leave it enabled. This is maybe if you want to update existing items with this data or not. And this is maybe if you want to skip all of these properties if their data is not changed. Now WPL import is gonna keep track of all of this data. And if data is different in your import file from what WPL import imported, well, WPL import will update this record, but if the data hasn't changed, well, WPL import will just skip this record, and this will make your import significantly faster. Now we have here the ability to choose which data to update, and this is very cool when you're running this import several times. So maybe you're updating the property status, or maybe you're updating the property price or whatnot. Well, you can just select here which data to update. All right, guys, we have here the custom fields area, and you can choose here which data you want to actually update. Now let's just select all of this because we are creating properties from scratch, and we do want all of this data to be selected. So I'm gonna choose here update all data. And here lastly, we have the ability to remove listings that are not present in this import file anymore. And again, guys, this is a very powerful feature that will allow you to maybe keep track or keep this website updated with the latest property listings. So if, for example, you're running this import file on a schedule, which you can do here, by the way, in the scheduling options. So if a property has sold and your provider has updated this import file, well, you can run this import again, and WPL import will delete the properties that are not present here anymore. Now you have several options here to do this. You have a lot of flexibility, and you can choose a lot of actions here for when this happens. If you want to learn more about all of this, just go to our website at wplimport.com here and go here to import, delete records, and remove post from missing file. You will see here another video and a lot of other info. Now let's just continue with our import, guys. We don't need this option right here. So I'm just gonna click here on the continue button and run our import. Now this is gonna take a minute or two, so I'm just gonna pause the video here and come back when it's ready. All right, that didn't take too long. Let's see how our properties are looking. All right, so we have here a bunch of properties, and all of them seem to have all of the data. Let's take a look here in the front end of the site. All right, so we have here our properties, and they are looking real nice. So let's just open this one up and see what's going on here. Cool, so we have all of the images. That's always a good sign, guys. All right, it's really nice. We have our price, the different data for bedrooms and whatnot here, the description, the price info, where we have the price per night, the price per month, well, cleaning fee, security deposit. We have here the minimum number of nights. You can see that the static data we placed worked. The yearly bird discount, it's right too. It's 20% discount for bookings made 20 nights in advance. So this is very good. We have here our address, city, county, zip, country, whatnot. We have here our property ID, the size, bedrooms, rooms, bathrooms, check-in hours, late check-in. We have here our amenities, which, as you can remember, they are actually taxonomies, and they are structured in a hierarchical way. So we have here the amenities, which is the parent, and all of these are the children. Same with the bed and bath. You can see that here. Facilities, these are the children's for facilities. So this is looking real nice. We have our terms and conditions, and we can see that they are working too. Now, guys, this is looking real nice. Let's how this looks in the edit listings page. And we have here all of the data. We have our categories, these taxonomies, the city. Oh yeah, guys, so we have here the owner, of course, which is me. Now here on the map settings, we can see that the map actually worked. So that's great. And yeah, there you have it, guys. This is how you import property listings into the WP Rentals team using WPL import. Now, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to learn more about how to import or export other data like WooCommerce orders, products, other post types, taxonomies, and whatnot, you can just check out the other videos in our channel or go to our website at wplimport.com. See you next time.